Hello lads, so today we have something a little bit different. What we're going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to make as much MT as I can in about an hour. So I'll be recording for, well, I will be recording for an hour, and it'll essentially just be, you know, just be a chill. It'll just be a chill, sort of chill environment. I did not mean to take that out. But yeah, it'll be chill. I got a few questions to answer, because I asked you guys questions. And a bit of a Q&A. Also, I'm going to be trying to just make some MT along the way. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a chill environment. So hopefully we get some, hopefully we can snag some deals, so to speak. The contracts are looking very expensive. 50 for a bronze, wow. But yeah, if you guys do go to enjoy today's video, and you're going to see potentially more of it, let me know. Drop a like on the video. That's how you let me know you guys are enjoying the content. And of course, commenting and all that good stuff. So, wow, these are expensive right now. God damn, these are expensive. Alright, I have to remember that I cannot cut anything. So, if I cut anything, then, you know, I literally can. So, yeah, gold contracts at the moment, selling for about 650. So, I'm going to try and list them for about, if I was going to stack, probably about 11,700. So, if I can get them any cheaper than that, that'll be fabulous. So, we'll do 11,200. Just in case, obviously, we want to make a little bit of profit. So, in terms of like where I am in the day, it's 10,000. Do I want to buy these? I'll buy them just because obviously I know I can make a little bit of a empty profit on here. So in terms of like these on here, I'm just gonna chuck this into my collection just because I don't really want it in here. Let's be real. All right, so we're gonna go list up some of these contracts up. So I have to remember that we had 18 of these left. So I'll go list these up for about 650. And they should, theoretically, they shouldn't sell just because it's ridiculous that it's 650. But they pretty much will sell because they've only been up for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now, in terms of like the case of, because I'm going to be listing up contracts, it's going to be a little bit awkward. I might have to, you know, quick sell a few cards just so I can go snipe some other ones. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So I got a few questions coming on, I asked you guys on Twitter and in the community tab on my YouTube. So yeah, we do have a few questions to ask. So the first one, I feel like it's quite fitting. How did I start playing 2K? So I imagine you guys know the YouTuber AA9 Skills. Obviously he does a lot of FIFA stuff. FIFA's his main thing. But around like FIFA 14 or FIFA 15, I can't remember which one, he started advertising his second channel, to which case he was playing 2K. Now, if you guys know anything about FIFA 14's like player career mode, it's literally hot garbage. Like, it's one of the worst things I've ever played. It's really not that good. There's no storyline element. There's no like sense of progression. When you end the season, there's no like, oh, you just won the league. It's like one little cutscene that's in the actual game. It doesn't like cut away to another cutscene. It's literally just, it's garbage. So yeah, when I saw that 2K had just a My career that was fleshed out, it had a storyline, it had, you know, it just had basically what you expect out of like a story mode that focuses on one player, and I instantly fell in love with it. So I didn't end up getting 2K14. I ended up getting 2K15, and 2K15 was theoretically, I suppose, my first basketball game, I guess. But I think my first basketball game was actually NBA Live 04. That's just because at that point I started like really liking basketball, and to the point then I didn't really know how I didn't know how the rules worked in basketball. Like, for one, I didn't know why, for example, you would sometimes get one free throw versus getting two. Like, that's how much of a noob at basketball I was. So, but I just enjoyed playing them. It was just, you know, the element of, like, because I think in other sports games like FIFA or like something like that, you can theoretically control what you do. And I suppose in 2K you can as well, just based off of like, if you green it, it's in automatically unless you get blocked. But I think in FIFA, because I was so used to FIFA and I played FIFA for God knows how many years. Like, I've played FIFA since I think 2003 when I was 5 years old. So yeah, I played a lot of FIFA in my heyday. So, and the thing with like FIFA is, if you know basically what you're doing, odds on you're scoring. But I think in 2K, I'm not saying there's a skill gap in 2K, because I think there is. Like, I don't think many people are beating Ty Debo, for example. But I'll just buy this one, and okay, guess I'm not. Guess I'm not buying that one. But obviously, if you match up against Ty Debo and you've never picked up a controller in the game, obviously you're not going to beat Ty Debo. Like, that's just a fact. You're just not beating Ty Debo. But obviously you could say the same in FIFA, but in terms of like me in general, I'm just gonna so if I sell a full stack for 600, get 12,000, take away 10% is 10,800. So we'll push this up to 10,300. Alright, not scrolling through all that. There we go. That makes it a little bit easier. Alright, so there's a 10,200 one, 200 stack there, which I might buy and list up for 600. But, I mean, you do make 600 MT off of that. But I think for now, I will have one stack listed up just so I can look to sniping cards as well. So I'll be sort of like jumping between filters. I might put up like a little clip at the end of this just to obviously, if I do have cards that expire for whatever reason, like obviously don't sell. Got a nice Jalen Noel, but obviously we do have a few Jalen Noels here, so we'll list that one up for 1,000. I thought it'd be worth a little bit more, but unfortunately it's not. I'll go check out this Patrick Beverly as well. Pat Bev.
Shit. Here we go again.
See, that's just an easy pickup. So we'll go list up that Pat Bev for 1,800. Hoping to sell him on for a little bit. Jalen Noel will list for 1,000. Normally I would look to just chuck him in the collection, but because this is a make MT challenge, obviously we'll just we'll go list him up and try and sell him. If that Pat Bev doesn't sell, obviously it's a little unfortunate, especially in this type of challenge. But we'll just see. Hopefully I don't end this series. Hopefully I don't end this video on a loss of MT, because that would be kind of sad. And I want to mix it up with like different filters I use as well. Just so obviously if you guys are curious on which filters I use on a day-to-day basis, these are generally them. Like, I'm not very, despite what I seem, not that inventive with MT methods. Like, it's just, that's another question. No one's asked me this, but it's another question I get as well, is how do you know how to make a lot of MT? Again, I'll have to like go back to FIFA. So I've played FIFA since FIFA, like the Ultimate Team. So the MyTeam version of FIFA, which is Ultimate Team. I've played that since FIFA 13, and it started in FIFA 10. So, no, it started in FIFA 9 actually. Believe it or not, imagine this is how it was back in FIFA 9. Imagine MyTeam, the game mode, being a DLC that you had to buy. Because that's what Ultimate Team was when you first started playing the game, which is just ludicrous thinking right at this stage. Yeah, that's how Ultimate Team started on FIFA, which is very, very interesting. There's another Jalen Noel here. I mean, I want to buy it just because he's undercut me, and I do make some MT, so yeah, nope, okay, guess I'm not buying it. Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, obviously, because I've spent a lot of time on this game, I've spent a lot of time on like just auction house games in general. Like, I know theoretically how to make it. Say you chuck me in Madden. I would kind of struggle to make MT, but not like I wouldn't struggle that much to make that thing. If you give me like a few hours on the auction house, I can very easily just make, you know, I can make a bit of MT. It's the same with like 2K. It's just because I've done this for years and I know how to make MT. It's become sort of like second nature of, obviously, say for example, Tidebo, it's second nature to play amazingly. For me, it's like second nature to know how to make MT, just because I've done it for so long. Like, it's just, the more you do it, obviously, the more accustomed you get to the mode. Obviously, now when 2K22 comes out, I'll know a lot of methods to make MT, just because you could treat 2K20, hello Davis, hey, we got him, let's go. You could treat 2K22 like you treat this Series 3 filter. Obviously, there were a lot of rubies, there were a lot of amethysts, there were a lot of silvers, a lot of golds, a lot of bronzes that were quite expensive towards when they first came out. Like, I remember this Ruby Clay Thompson, I would snipe for like 2K and sell him for like 8. Like, that was generally a thing that happened. And I done it like quite consistently, to be fair. I wish I wasn't doing this. Oh, actually, no, never mind, I do have to. I was gonna say, I wish I didn't have to do this challenge, because I'd probably keep him, but if he's selling for 3, okay, man. Let's go, boys. So we haven't sold anything yet, but we are putting in the building blocks to make some MT, which is absolutely phenomenal. So hopefully we can just, I'll probably list this for about 3K, just to hopefully see if he disappears rather quickly. Obviously, if we sell it for 3K and we bought it for 1K, obviously a lot of MT made there. I think it's about 1,003 or 1,500 after tax, so not too bad there. All right, on to the next question. Will you be doing 2K22 on next gen? That's like a tough one to answer, because there's a lot of like different, I love you. There's a lot of like different factors as to why I don't play on next gen. One, the game is garbage. Like, let's be real, the game is garbage. Not saying current gen isn't garbage, but I can put up with one far more than I can put up with the other one. So probably should have just chucked these in exchange, but oh well. I'll chuck this in the exchange, just so I can get rid of him. You need diamond players, but I'd rather not do you, I'll be honest. Who do I really want done? We'll chuck him in Jim, why not? Just so we can get Jim's diamonds out of the way. I want to do like a spin the wheel of all the exchange cards. I think that could be kind of fun. Do you guys need to be putting anything? Nope. Okay, that's a little unfortunate. Alright, so JaVale McGee, I can't remember what he was actually going for, so let's quickly go check. I think it was like, yeah, so we're listed for about 2k. Hopefully he sells rather quickly, because we are running out of space very, very quickly. Obviously, we do have a lot of cards listed up, which is amazing stuff. So hopefully now they just sell. If not, if they don't sell, obviously, either I'll just list them up, or I really don't know. Like, obviously, I'll either list these cards up just so I can get rid of them, or I can obviously just quick sell them. I haven't quite decided yet, but we'll just see. Or I can just snipe cards to make them ready, because obviously those gold contracts will hopefully expire in about 15 to 20 minutes. So hopefully we can... Ooh, Luke Kennard. You are not having a good series, are you? Talon, I'm fairly sure. I wish I just bought him, to be honest, but it is what it is. Talon, please still be there. Let's go. Alright, so about 1,700 we'll list him up for. Let's check Luke Kennard really quick. Boop. 5k, 2.5, so yeah. Sniper for 1,000, making a lot of MT. This, to be honest, guys, this is how I make a lot of my MT. I just snipe golds, just because not a lot of people think of golds, surprisingly. Like, golds still very much are very, not so much rare, but it's just, if you just look at these packs, like, if I just show you the odds, 27%, 56% likelihood of getting an 87 plus. That's a ruby card. So the odds of you pulling like even emerald cards, for example, or gold or silver cards, they are quite low, to be honest. Like they don't commonly come up, if that makes sense. Like you could open like 10 packs and get like 1 silver card, because that just does happen. I need to stop yawning because I can't cut anything out. How long have I been going for? About 10 minutes, I think. Hopefully, yeah, about 12 minutes. All right. So again, we'll end this in about an hour. So I'm just hoping that, obviously, some of these cards, I think I'm just going to quick sell some of these, just so I can make some room to list a few cards up and then look for a few different ones. So, look, I'm fairly sure something else. Please say something sold. Nope, nothing sold. Alright, so Luke Kennard, I think, was 1.7, and Talon, I cannot remember how much we're listing Talon up for. So let's just go see. So 1.7 for Talon and Luke Kennard. Again, I wish I wasn't doing this challenge, because I just chuck him in the collection. Yeah, so both of these for 1.7. Hopefully they sell rather quickly, because it would be kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, again, back to 2K21. And why, if I'm going to play not 2K21, 2K22 on current gen, or next gen. I'm wanting to play it on next gen, because the reason why I play on current is because 1, next gen's garbage. 2, the majority of the community still plays on current, just because the PS5 and the Xbox Series X/S are still, I wouldn't say they're uncommon anymore. They are obviously slowly starting to put more of them out, but obviously they are still a little expensive. So I think when we get to say like next Christmas, or maybe the Christmas that's coming up, like obviously in December this year, I think that's when we'll start to see a lot more PS5s and Series X's. Obviously, it kind of just depends. Miles Bridges, don't mind if I do. Obviously, it does depend on, you know, just there's numerous different things. Hopefully, you know, the C word is not so much gone, because I don't think it's ever going to be gone at this point. I think people will just be vaccinated, like we are with like other diseases and stuff. I think that's just how it's going to be from now on. But in terms of like whether I'll play on next or current, I want to play on next. Like that's just, I want to play on next. So, and in terms of like whether 2K will actually like combine next and current like they've done this year, I think they will, just because I don't think that'll be a smart business move on their part, for me personally. So that's what I see what I'm doing there. My God, I need to stop yawning, because I set a challenge. Can I do this without cutting anything? And I'm gonna try. I will definitely try and do this without cutting anything. All right, Miles Bridges. I think we'll list for about. We'll list him for 1.6. Again, he's normally a card I'd keep, just because there's no other ones on the market that I have a buy now. So he's normally a card that I would keep, but unfortunately, with this challenge, we cannot keep them, unfortunately. All right, so these I'll just chuck in. I guess I'll just chuck these in Ascensions, just so I can get rid of them. I guess we'll chuck him in Alex English, just because he needs Gary Harris, apparently. I really can't remember doing these, to be honest. Is Moody the other one? Alright, I guess we got Alex English, I suppose. So Alright, happy days. We got Alex English. Alright, McDaniels, can I put you anything? You need first owner players, but I'm not doing you because you suck. I don't know what 2K was thinking, putting a 6'1" dark matter point guard in the exchange. I really don't, because who's doing him? Like, let's be real, who's doing him? Aside from stupid people like me, like, who is doing that Louis Dampier? Like, no one. No one is doing it unless you're, like, doing it for content, which, obviously, not many people are, I imagine. So, Marquise Morris, hopefully he's still there. Again, another card that, look, he's the only one on the market. I wish I wasn't doing this challenge. I pick a great time to do this challenge. Also, guys, if you're looking to, obviously, get Jason Tatum and you're, like, searching for cards, this is probably one of the better methods I could tell you guys to do, to be honest. Like, it's a really effective method to do just to get some cards. I didn't check David's price, so let's go check his price really quick. All right, 1.7. There's one for 1.3 there, so we'll just list him up for 1.250. Will be little annoyances and undercut everyone. So yeah, in terms of me doing 2K21 on next gen, I want to, but whether 2K will actually let me in terms of like the game being bad, we will have to see. Alright, we have Dave. What is your stream key and/or what is your middle name? Now, I'll let you guys like have sort of like. Oh God. Let's not play my video, shall we? In terms of like me giving out my second name. Oh, not my second name. my middle name. I'm just gonna let you guys guess. It starts with a J. So if you're in this part of the video, type in the comments a middle name that starts with J, and I'll let you know if you're correct or not. So we have another one. Mozart, can I get Luca from level 32? Probably not. And does your girlfriend really love you? I'm fairly sure she does. Alright, so those are the Twitter questions. I asked you guys in the community tab as well. And yeah, a lot of you guys asked on a lot of you guys asked some questions on these cards are really not. Can you guys sell, please? Like, I need you. I'm running out of space. Can you guys sell, please? All right, so we have Austin asking 5 favorite things from 21 that need to be in 22. I think the level 40 grind needs to be in 22. I think they have to change it. I'm not gonna lie. I think they do have to change it in terms of like. I think there's seasons where you should be able to go past level 40. Like, oh my god. Alright, I've literally now got a notepad down of where I have to edit out my yawns, because that's just where we are at this point. So, in terms of like, what was the question again? five favorite things from 21. Alright, I think this has to stay. I think the level 40 has to stay. Controversial, contracts need to stay. Because they make me a lot of MT. I'm being selfish for that. I think the collector levels need to stay, because I do like the collector levels. I think they haven't done a great job at collector levels this year, but I would like them to stay. I'm trying to think just in general, like, of 2K. I really can't think of anything, to be honest. In terms of like just my team, I can probably think of a few things, like the auction house, but that's just an obvious one. Right, with Evos and the exchange, I think the thing with the Evos and the exchange, I think they've bottled them, or they've not done a great job with them, I'll be honest. I think the exchange and the card, like the Evos, especially when what they came out with before the game came out and they said that Evos are going to be like really, really good this year, how we're going to be like able to like dictate how our players are going to be, and the only player we got for that really was Shaq. So I mean, there was a LeBron as well, and I suppose these cards, I guess you could pick your own, but apart from that, they haven't really done anything with them, which is unfortunate. So I would like something like that. Yeah, I would like them to bring the exchange and the card evolution back. I think the card evo, like I've discussed it like many times on the channel. I think the card, like, I think the exchange itself should be something that you go into every day. Like, for example, I don't know, just off the top of my head, just randomly at the start of the day, if you put in 15 gold shoes, you get a diamond shoe, a random diamond shoe. It should be like little things like that. Like say like once a week, like I said this as an example, when like James Harden got traded to the Nets, I feel like 2K should have had something in the exchange that say like, if you submit 15 Nets players, 15 Rockets players, 15 shooting guards, and say, I don't know, I can't remember what the top filter was at that time, I think it was a Galaxy Opal, and submit like 2 Galaxy Opals, you get a 95 diamond or 94 diamond overall James Harden that evos into a Galaxy Opal. I feel like 2K should be doing something like that. I don't know why they're not, but yeah. And it was just like, I don't see why they wouldn't, like, because it'll be a reward card. Like, you can't go sell it. So yeah, that's something I think 2K should be doing. I've complained about the exchange so much just because, again, as someone who's come from FIFA, like, the whole SBCs in FIFA compared to 2K's like exchange is just so night and day. FIFA have absolutely ruined them in terms of this. But of course, it is the first year of the exchange, so we can hope better in this second year. What do I think is the next face of the NBA? It sort of switches between Giannis and Luka, I'll be honest. Can these please sell, please? Oh my god, this is literally just going to turn into an hour-long Q&A video because oh my god, there's nothing they're going to sell. 13 minutes left for them to sell. They need to hurry up. It sort of like switches between Giannis and Luka. I think Luka is just going through the storyline that LeBron went through of his teammates aren't great. I think Luka's teammates now are better than LeBron's back then, but if they're not hitting shots, there's only so much Luka can do. And Luka literally, his back must be hurting from carrying that entire team. So I'm hoping that, I just hope Luka gets something. I hope he gets it with Kristaps, because obviously, despite me being a Knicks fan, and obviously a lot of Knicks fans don't like him anymore, I love him. I love him so much, man. Like, he's literally, when I first like came into, not so much like, because I've always liked basketball, but in terms of like me actually like following the NBA and stuff, him and Melo were like the two people in the Knicks, especially when Melo left, and obviously Kristaps was seen as then the talisman, so to speak. Like, I've always loved Kristaps, and that his injury, like when he got injured, I got so sad. And since his injury, he hasn't been himself, unfortunately. So yeah, in terms of like the face of the NBA, I think it's either Luka or I think it's Giannis. So maybe LaMelo. Maybe we're looking a bit too far in the future for LaMelo, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with LaMelo. Hopefully his injuries are a thing that he puts a pin under. We'll see. Are you gonna have a boxing match with Energetic? Probably not. I'll be honest. Probably not. I love Nick, so probably not. What's my favorite 2K of all time? I'll probably say 15, just because it's the one that got me into 2K. But in terms of like the one I enjoyed playing every single day, it was 17. Obviously, a lot of people say 19, but I stopped playing 2K at 19, just because I don't know how you go from 2K17, one of the best 2Ks they've ever done, to 2K18, which is literally one of the worst video games I've ever played. Like, 2K18 is actually garbage. Like, I remember when they introduced the Prelude, and I saw the Prelude, I was just like, this is gonna be horrible. And it turns out it was. Like, I remember just in MyTeam, they had the whole schedule thing. And if you guys were around for the schedule, imagine literally what the schedule was, is you would play, from what I remember, it was 30 teams, and you play everyone. Like, you play 5-minute quarters, every single team in the NBA. So, you'd start off with the Knicks, and then you get some, like, things for completing the Knicks. Like, I think you got a player for, like, completing 30 games with the Knicks. This was on top of domination and everything. So, yeah, it was something like that. I can't fully remember. These are not going to sell, which, that's going to cripple me, but I would be fine. But yeah, in terms of, like, my actual favorite 2K, it's probably 17, but I think 15 will always be the one that remains in my heart, so to speak. Just because it was my favorite, it was my first proper 2K. So we'll have to say that one. Why the Knicks? Right, so the Knicks is like, so I've always had a thing for New York. Like, New York is like one of the cities that I want to visit, along with Japan, but obviously Japan's a country. But I wanna visit New York before I die. Like, that just has to happen. Me visiting New York just needs to happen. And when I first got into basketball again, like as I said earlier, Carmelo Anthony was like my favorite player. Like, I don't own many NBA jerseys, but he is, like, I do have Melo's jersey. So, like, it's always like, yeah, I wanted to visit New York. Melo's my favorite player. So it just sort of, yeah, I just started playing with the Knicks. We drafted Porzingis. I fell in love with Porzingis. And yeah, it sort of like has it sort of like has a weird trend of like which players are loving the Knicks. Like it started from Melo, it's got the Porzingis. The last like 3 years, I haven't really liked anyone, I'll be honest, because the Knicks haven't really been doing well. But our young core at the moment, I really like. Obviously, we have Quickly. Derrick Rose is there. Obviously, he's not young, but he is there. Quickly, just Quickly. RJ Barrett, of course. Like I love RJ Barrett, so I want him to do well. I want to do well in the Knicks jersey. Whether that happens or not, obviously, we'll have to wait and see. I think this offseason is going to be. I think it's going to be massive for the Knicks, just because we have a lot of cap space. I'm not too sure what's going to happen with Julius Randle's contract, but obviously I hope that goes well for everyone involved, just because it needs to. We are really not. These are really not selling, are they? And I'm kind of running out of room. I guess what I'll do is I'll snipe different cards, and then I'll chuck like a clip at the end of like what is sold. Like, look, I need an MT for a lot of these. Don't mind if I do. Cameron Johnson, Cameron Payne, Jay Crowder. That's just the entire Suns team here. Which, don't mind if I do. There's another Jay Crowder there. Jaleel Okafor. I'm fairly sure. Like, I'm going to sell for 1,200. And yeah, it's just... Yeah, we're going to be making quite a bit of MT. So what I'll probably do is if none of these sell within the hour, I'll chuck a clip up at the end of the video. Just so we can see. Just so we can see. But in terms of like where I am, well, I don't even know what I'm asking. What question was I asking? Oh, why the Knicks? But yeah, literally short answer. Just started watching basketball. Always wanted to go to New York, and Carmelo Anthony was my favorite player, and he's still probably to date. Either him or Kobe has been like my favorite player of all time. So yeah. Watch feature from a 2K do you wish was in 2K21? From another 2K. A good draft mode. Because if you guys have played 2K18, they did have a draft mode, but it was literally the worst thing I've ever seen. Picture 2K18's draft mode, if I remember it correctly. You had 5 players to select from. You could only pick 2 of them because the 5 players were flipped around, so you didn't know who they were. You picked 2 of them, those 2 revealed themselves, and you can only pick 1 of them. That's how that draft mode was. It was such a poorly implemented draft mode that they took it out the year later. Which I don't really like that about 2K, is if something doesn't work straight away, they take it out, where they should just improve it. But there we go. That's how 2K operates. But yeah, I wouldn't mind a good draft mode. Just trying to think. I wouldn't mind. This is not in my team. I wouldn't mind 2K11's like if you guys play 2K11, they had a mode where you can start as Michael Jordan as a rookie, and you can just be drafted anywhere. So instead of the Bulls, you could take Jordan to like the Celtics or the Knicks or something. So I wouldn't mind that. Like I wouldn't mind, and it's all today's roster. So you could have Jordan play with like Curry on the Warriors and stuff. It was obviously not back then, but I mean, yeah, technically, obviously Curry wasn't as good then as he is now. But you could do that. Like you could have Jordan play with Prime Melo and stuff. I guess you could argue he's Prime Melo back then. What was it, 2012? He had a decent season in 2012, so yeah, I guess we'll go with that. But in terms of like where I would want, I would like it. Say like LeBron retires, 2K add a mode where you can start as LeBron in a my career setting. Like I think that could be cool. I think that could be cool. I wouldn't mind 2K doing something like that, just because why not? Why not? Come on, 2K, why not? Like. It's looked upon as like one of the best modes 2K have done. So I hope they bring that back in some form or another. Maybe instead of LeBron, you just can pick any legend. Like imagine like Oscar Robertson in now competing against Westbrook or something. I think that, that could be cool. That could be cool. One wish for 2K22. Can I just say it? Can I just say a wish is good? I hope 2K have learned what, like, the mistakes. I just hope, I don't know, it's kind of hard because I hope that there's just more support for the game, because while my team has been supported somewhat by content, the actual game itself has not been supported one bit. They patch like the weirdest things out of the game. Like, people say 2K21 next gen, like pre-patch, was a decent game. Now, obviously, I didn't play it that much just because it was so alien to me. I was so used to 2K21 current, I didn't really play it. But from what I remember is they patched out fadeaways, but they also patched something else. I can't fully remember what it was, but everyone I speak to pretty much says that kind of broke the game, and it's never been fixed since. And now it's sort of like pick your poison. Which one do you hate most? So, and for me, I hate next gen most. So that's why I don't play next gen. Have I ever met an NBA player in real life? Unfortunately, not. So yeah, who's your favorite player? All-time Carmelo. At the moment, probably Steph, I would say. Who have I got winning a chip this year? Every time someone asks me this, I never know the answer, because this is like, I came into the season thinking that the Lakers would actually win the NBA championship, and they did not. I will say, if Anthony Davis was fit and actually, you know, not injured, I do think they could have had a better showing. But I knew as Anthony Davis went down, I was like, if he's down and out, I think the Lakers are down and out, and turns out I was proven wrong. Proven right, rather. But it turns out like who's winning the chip. I want the Bucks to win it because I wouldn't mind Giannis getting the ring. I wouldn't mind the Suns winning because I wouldn't mind Chris Paul getting his first ring, just because after all the crap he's gone through, like I wouldn't mind Chris Paul getting a ring. I guess the Jazz, I suppose. Like I wouldn't mind the Jazz winning. Yeah, but in terms of like who I think is winning, it's really hard to say, man. Like I've always been on the fence about this. Is probably one of the more competitive playoffs we've had in a while, and this really showed. Yeah, so this playoffs has very much shown that it really, like this playoffs has been really good. I've really enjoyed this playoffs. Aside from the Knicks getting ousted like very quickly, I have enjoyed this playoffs. It's been really, really good fun. These are not gonna sell, are they? Oh my god. Okay, well. Oh dear. Thankfully, I'm very sure I bought them for 10,300. So if I want to sell them for 600, I can still make a little bit of profit anyway. But even the gold players aren't selling, which is very, very strange. What is your favorite show of all time? I'd probably say Breaking Bad. At the moment, I don't really have one, just because I don't watch a lot of TV, because TV's boring nowadays. It's just not great. Like, just TV itself. Has anyone actually watched like flicked through the channels to watch TV like in the last 5 years? Because I know I haven't. The last time I actually like flipped through channels to like find a TV show to watch, I genuinely can't remember. Like I really can't remember. I've flicked through, you know, Tiles on Netflix or on Crunchyroll or Funimation or something like that, but in terms of like just sitting down in front of a TV and flicking through channels, I just couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you when the last time that was. What's my favorite food? Probably say pizza. I don't mind a good pizza. I'm not gonna lie. What is your favorite 2K game mode and why? I'd say MyTeam just because I like the card collecting aspect. But in terms of like my favorite game mode to play, I would say MyLeague. Like I used to love MyLeague. MyLeague was amazing, but 2K just don't do a good job of updating it. Like I don't know how you update MyLeague. Like I guess I had like a few. Like one of the things I love with MyLeague is just the amount of creativity you had with MyLeague. Like you could make your own rules in the game mode, which is amazing. Like if you wanted to, you could just make the shot clock like 16 seconds. Like just out of the blue. You could demolish the salary cap, like, and then the luxury. I don't know if it's the luxury tax or the salary cap. You could demolish like contract restrictions and stuff like that. So, like, I remember before there was a player like because I did like a 2K 2095 simulator, where I simulated up to the year 2095. There was a player that had like a $70 million contract because while in the somewhere in the league, I think it was like in 2040 something. They demolished the salary cap, so teams could literally offer players whatever they wanted. Like it was insane. Like you could be so far in the luxury tax and then just offer another player $60 million. Like it was weird, man. Like that's why I love MyLeague. Like the amount of creativity and the amount of like just stuff that goes on. Like it just gets absolutely like just the things you can do in MyLeague, man. It's just. MyLeague's fun. MyLeague's fun. I think when this game like sort of dies, I might on like Twitch or something just start rebuilding teams because it was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. It really was a lot of fun. So I might have to do that again, because rebuilding teams is probably one of my favorite things to do in my league. So hopefully we get to do that again. These players really are not selling, are they? I guess we'll just look to snipe some players. Just because obviously I know I can make some MT with a lot of these players. Blake Griffin, boy, is he having a good off season, or a good postseason rather? Because he's been kind of balling out. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, can I list Blake? So I'll just list him like 1-7. I can, okay, at least I can list a player. Because that's about all I can do at the moment, which is a little unfortunate, just because there's no room. But in terms of like, obviously the amount of MT we're going to make, we're going to make a lot of MT when all this stuff sells. It's just whether it sells in 25 minutes, it's going to be, yeah, touch and go. Because I don't think these contracts are going to sell, I'll be honest. Like 15... I mean, they have been selling, to be honest. So maybe there's a chance, because it was like 13 minutes gap before, but now it's 11. So they might sell, and I might be able to list a few more players. But something has sold, actually. Oh, 2 things have sold. Oh, cheeky. Contracts are selling. Oh, that's banging. All right, at least our contracts are selling now. So Kennard and Miles Bridges have sold, which is great stuff. We're finally selling players. Let's go. All right, Dario Saric, you come with me. Cameron Johnson, you come with me. Anything else sold? Nope, not yet. Alright, so Dario Saric, how much are you going for? Oh, 850? Come here. Oh, I love getting those snipes. Where you just look for you look at the price for someone else and you just find a snipe. It's literally one of the best feelings ever. Like, it really is. So we'll list that up for 1005. And Cameron Johnson, let's go list him up. 2.6 is his cheapest, but it's been up for 3 hours. So I'll list it up for about 1.7. I think with this method as well, I think it's going to get better once people realize that Jason Tatum is obtainable. I think the day Jason Tatum becomes available, the day that this game, not so much like, but the day that a lot of these players will skyrocket in price. That's why I want to try and like buy them now, just because I feel like these players might go up in price. It's the same with like the heat check cards. Like, they're so cheap right now. But I think once people realize, like, look at that, 950 and it's been up for obviously 3 hours. Like, what I have been doing is just going down to 850 and then buying everyone I see here. Just because like 850, that's nothing to me. So, like, I mean, I'll just have to. Like, I can't pass up a card for 750. I'm sorry, I can't. Like, I cannot pass up a heat check card for 750. Like, I really cannot. So, yeah, in terms of like that, that's what I've been doing. Alright, now Blake Griffin sold instantly, which is fabulous. So let's get our other Dario Saric up, just so I don't undercut myself. So we'll get him up for 1500 as well. So we've been going for about 38 minutes, and we haven't really made a lot of MT, I'll be honest. So it's a little unfortunate. Do we have any other questions, if I can find any? When will you get your girlfriend in a vid? Whenever she wants to, I suppose. Who's the best card in my team? I think the most broken card in my team, the card I want to get anyway, if I can go find him, is this Kevin Durant. Like, I really, really want this Kevin Durant. I think, like, he's such a complete card. It's ridiculous. Like, I generally think, like, I think not a lot of people like Durant just because of his release, but I generally think this Kevin Durant could be, like, one of the best cards in the history of my team. Because Kevin Durant at shooting guard, in terms of like, and how good he is anyway. Like, if you guys have used his out of position one at shooting guard, like, obviously not a lot of people like him. I adored that card, but obviously I want this Kevin Durant. Whether I get him or not is another thing, just because obviously he is so expensive. But I would like this Kevin Durant. So I think he's the best card in my team. Personally, anyway. Let me know, guys, down in the comments. Who's the best card in my team? Let me know. I'll be curious to see where you guys are at in that opinion. Because there's a lot of contradicting opinions. Is that the right word? Or disagreements, we'll say. Like, a lot of people disagree with what the best card in my team is. I'm fairly sure I've answered like all of these questions. So, do I still watch WWE? No, I can't watch it without the crowd. I know the crowd's coming back, but I don't know. I just, especially with the whole like politics aspect of WWE, like how like they just fire people just seemingly no reason. Like, I know there is a reason, but like, it's just like, I'm not a big fan of how the company handles business, I'll be honest. So yeah, in terms of like whether I'll go back to watching it, probably not. I might keep up to date with the product, like, and see like, obviously you know, just keep an eye on it through YouTube clips or whatever. But in terms of like me staying up to watch it, I think those days are done. Unless it's like a Royal Rumble, I think those days are done personally for me. Just because I just don't like the company. I'll be honest. Like I just not a massive fan with how they handle their business. I'll be honest. So yeah, we'll just say that. They talk about, in terms of like what they did, they talk about budget cut. Like they said they released people due to budget cuts, while boasting about record-breaking profits during a pandemic. So, you know, that's where I'm kind of like, you're a bit of a scumbag, I'm not gonna lie. But there we go. Obviously, you guys can have your opinion on that. That is my personal opinion, in that I'm just not a massive fan of the company, personally. Like, the way they handle their business, not a big fan, because kind of scummy, but regardless, people can have their own opinion on that. All right, we're finally getting some players listed up now, thankfully. Langston Galloway, where are you? Do I have you? There you are. So Langston, cheapest buy now is 3.5k. It's the only one up as well, so I guess we'll list this up. I guess we'll list this one up for about 2.1. Hopefully he'll sell rather quickly. Judging by the other ones, I don't think he will, but we can open pray. So Jay Crowder, let's go have a look at you. 3.1 is your cheapest, so I'll list them both up for about 1.9 and 2k. So let's hope to God that they sell rather quickly. Thankfully, those contracts have sold. So I'm really happy about that. In terms of like where I'm gonna be at the end of this hour, I'm probably gonna be like under MT. Like I'm probably not gonna have like MT to work. Not so much MT to work with, but I'd be like in the negative of how much MT I've made. But I think after, once everything has expired and I've sold absolutely everything, I think we'll have a decent amount of change, so to speak. So Frank Kaminsky, he only has a bid, so we'll list him up for about 2.1 to 2.2. Yeah, we'll do that. I like that with these cards, you can generally make about 1,000 MT per card, and it's something I do like to do. Is there no Cameron Paynes on the auction house? Oh, that's amazing. That is actually amazing. In terms of like a situation like this, I'd probably just do like, I don't know, like 1/6 and then say like 2/4. I like to do something like that every now and then. Let's check out Mr. Craig, and you're over here. Are there any of you? I know Torrey Craig's on the market. Wow, that's actually very surprising. I'm happy I do have him, because again, if I wasn't doing this challenge, a lot of these cards I would have just kept, just because if I see one that he's up for, like if I make like a little bit of MT, I might just keep him in the collection, just so I can obviously in the future, if I want to get these cards, I don't have to. That sort of makes sense. So can I? Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna list that one up yet. I'll be honest. I do have to list obviously another 20, and these are still yet to sell. So I'll probably do that off camera, just because I'd rather not waste this 17 minutes I have, to be honest. So hopefully we can just get some more decent deals. We've got another David there. Not so much we're really looking at, but is there anything else up here? Will Barton has been up for an hour and a half. Not really interested in that. In terms of like if this happens, I normally just go down to 950 maximum bid and bid like 1,000 on them. Because if we win them for 1,000, it's amazing. But if we don't win them, I know I can keep an eye on them and just check what they're going for. So in terms of like situations like this where we've just been outbid on a Tyler Hero, what you can do is just go to his card. So if we go to Heat and Tyler Hero, there he is. As you can see, the cheapest buy now is about 1.5, so I'm not going to bid on this one. If say his cheapest buy now is about 2k, I might bid on this one a little bit more, but we're going to leave that one alone. Now, we'll check out ornament balls. I haven't actually checked these in a while, so I don't know what they're actually going for. So I think a Hawks ball for 950 is a safe buy, so we'll buy that one. I think the Hornets one as well. We'll buy the Heat. Actually, we'll buy the Heat and we'll buy the Pelicans one as well. Just because I'm on the cheapest filter of 1250, so I can't imagine like they're that much more expensive, to be honest. So let's quickly go check out these. So I know I definitely bought the Hornets ball, so we'll go check the cheapest buy now of this. I mean, I'll have to buy that one. I'm sorry, I have to buy that one. When the cheapest buy now is 10k, I have to buy that one. So I guess we'll try and list those up for about 7k. If they sell, that is phenomenal. Because I didn't think the ornament balls are actually worth doing anymore, but I stand corrected. I stand corrected, apparently. So let's go list these up for hopefully about 7k. Again, if they don't sell, I'll check a clip at the end of this, just so you guys can see. Because obviously, I wanted to just do it to where like it's just an hour and it's strictly the hour. But obviously, with this auction house, you can sometimes like have to wait a while, unfortunately, for stuff to sell. So let's go check out the Pelicans ball. Pelicans. There we are. 2K 1.6. So we'll probably be listing this one up for. We'll list it up for 1,450. Again, I think we only got it for like 1,000, so it's not too bad. So Pelicans ball, we'll list it up for 1,450. All right, now let's go check out the Hawks ball really quick. Hawks. Where is the Hawks one? There it is. So 2K there, 2.4, 1.950. So we'll list this one up for 1.850, just so we undercut him a little bit, just so it gives the extra incentive to go pick up mine. Just if you're scrolling across the auction house, you see one for 1.950, and you see one all the way down the end for like 1.9. You're probably just gonna buy the 1.9. So let's check out the Heat ball. There we are. 3.1. 3K. Alright, cheapest is 3K, so I'll list this one up for 2,500. Hopefully make quite a little bit of MT off of this one. As I say, like, once everything sells and we make all our MT back, we're going to be in a good position for making MT. I'm going to go check out some of these other ornament balls, because I don't think that would be the cheapest buy now. So, alright, so we're starting to see a lot of them for 1,500, which is a little unfortunate, I'm not going to lie. Alright, we got 2 more here, which you just have to buy. 1,000 MT, you just have to. Like, you just have to. Alright, let's go check out the Clippers ball. There's one for 1,400 there, which is not a massive fan of that one. So, I mean, we did get it for 1,000, so we sell it for 1,400. We're making about 200 MT off of it, so it's not too bad, I suppose. We did see something sold there. I think it was a ball, so yeah, we'll get this Clippers one up for 1,400, and we'll have a look at this Timberwolves one really quick. Timberwolves, are you worth anything? 2,000 MT. Yeah, so we'll list it out for 1.9. Hopefully it sells rather quickly. In terms of like the space I have in the auction house, I'm fairly sure I'm running out again. So hopefully some of this stuff starts selling. Yeah, we're back up to 30 cards. Obviously, we're nowhere near where we were on contracts. Yeah, the Pelicans one sold straight away, which is good stuff. We'll just put this back up to 1,003. The Pistons one, we're probably gonna leave that one. All right, Silver Series 3. This is another filter I do like. I'm not too sure how much silvers are going for right now, so we'll go check out that Oni. We'll call him Oni. So cheapest buy now 1,500. The cheapest buy now on here is about 2,006. So I'll just list this up for about 2,003. And it shouldn't really have issue selling. The only way silvers don't sell is if they expire. It's definitely not down to like you getting undercut or whatever, just because it's quite rare that you do get undercut with silvers. Just because of how uncommon they are. Like most of the time you don't get most of the time they just expire, just because people just don't realize that they can just pick up silvers for like that cheap, to be honest. So in terms of like the other one, I think it was like an Anthony Tolliver, I think. So yeah, let's go check his price real quick. Anthony Tolliver, are you worth anything? Cheapest buy now is 2,300, but it's been up for 3 hours, so yeah, we'll buy it, and we'll list it for like 2.1, I think. List that up for. Not gonna make a lot of profit on him, but obviously profit is profit. Your small profits add up to a big profit. That's what I always say. So yeah, got that quote from Space with Bird, if you guys are curious, because yeah, I would say Bird, Space is more of a like. I definitely think he's an inspiration for what I do. Like he's definitely one of the ones that got me. So people ask me as well. Like again, this wasn't a question that I get. Ooh, Thanasius. Hold on. How much is Thanasius going for? Actually, not that much. Alright. Yeah, people ask me like quite a lot. Like, why did I come back to YouTube? So it was a mixture of like a few things. One, the pandemic. Obviously, I was bored. I was bored in the house and didn't have anything to do. And it was 3 specific people, I'll say. 3 specific people that got me back to making videos. So, done, I know. So, those 3 people are Bio2K. He's one of the ones that got me back to making videos. JD Crossover. He's one of the ones that got me back making videos. The other one was Space with Bird. Like, that's just a fact. Like, those 3 people got me back into making videos. So if you guys want to thank anyone for getting me back to making videos, like obviously send them a tweet or whatever. They are the 3 people that got me back to making videos, because Space was more of a like, when I like fully like quit YouTube and I didn't want to do anything, I didn't want anything to do with YouTube anymore. Space was always one whose videos I just kept watching, just because he's a really entertaining guy. Like, I'll be honest, he's a very entertaining guy. So yeah, he was definitely one of them that inspired me to come back, so to speak. And also, like, when I came back to 2K, the Kobe Bryant challenges just came out, and I was like, yeah, I can probably do something with that. Turns out, made no videos on the Kobe Bryant stuff because the grind was ridiculous. So yeah, we left that alone, so to speak. Hopefully we just get some more silvers here, because the silvers aren't doing too bad for us, to be fair. We're getting quite a few decent deals. Any gold ones down here? Nope. Will Barton and David are two cards I see a lot of. It's same with Jalen Noel as well. Like, they're all... Hello. Another Jelly Locafer, which we will take. Still waiting for a few other ones to sell, which is very, very annoying. So yeah, hopefully they sell very, very quickly. I'm gonna go check the ornament balls again, just because you never know when you're gonna find one popping up for like 250. Because it does happen. Like, I've sniped 2 Nets balls that I sold for like 4K for 250 MT. Like, it does happen. So it's definitely something you should check. Alright, the Pelicans ball is there, which I thought it was a thing. I'll tell you what I'm gonna check. I'm gonna go check coaches. Because I feel like you guys should, like, say you play a game, I feel like you guys should always have a series of things you check. Like, I used to check D'Antoni like quite a lot. Like, so say I find one, like I found one for, I think, when he was going for like 60k, I found one for 30k. Unfortunately, he did expire, which is very annoying, but it does happen. You win some, you lose some. How much is Doug Christie? I can't believe I sniped this guy. I mean, there's one for 5k, and the cheapest is 7.5. The thing with these ones, though, is like, only very specific people are buying these cards at this stage, and that's the ones that don't have him and want to go for Tatum. That's pretty much about it. That's pretty much about it. Like, so, in terms of like sniping these, I wouldn't really suggest it, just because out of the 100 or so I snipe, like 30 of them probably sell the first time. So, like, I wouldn't really suggest sniping the cards this far back. Retro cards, I feel like should be fine, just because with retro cards, they do give a lot of tokens. So, I think retro should be fine. This Julius Randle is making me want to snipe that. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll go check other ones, just in case. So Bismack Biombo, not with anything. I hope Jonathan Isaac. Yep, Jonathan Isaac's still flooded on the auction house, so we'll leave him alone. Let's check out Sim Bula. What's Sim looking at? God damn, man, that's insane, dude. People lock in these sets, and when the cards go extinct, they are priced. Nope, not plummets. Definitely not plummet. They price flies up. It's actually kind of insane. Isaac Bonga, are you still pretty much worthless? There was a time when this card went for like 1k, which is kind of insane. I remember when he came out, people literally loved that card, especially with Bamba. Like, these two cards released in tandem. It was kind of worrying, I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of a OD of the auction house, especially because they were rubies and they were kind of like very, very good. So yeah, there's that. Baron Davis, are you worth anything? There's a 500 one there, so we'll probably check a bid on that one. So let's check like a 200. Let's check like a 1.9 bid. So it's on 1.1. So hopefully we can snap that up. Zach Levine for 4k, 3.9, 3.4. Not really much. He's a 2k one then. So we'll leave that one alone. Have anything sold? One thing has sold. Oh no, a few things have sold. Oh no, Jalen Noel has sold. Finally. Alright, let's go chuck Larry Nance Jr. up. Really quick. I really should have got a water. I'm pretty sure I do. Let me just take a swig of my water, because speaking this long is kind of making my throat dry. High quality H2O, boys. Guys, drink water. It's really good for you. So, yeah, please go drink some water. Like, even just if it's like a glass full. Like, a glass of water a day really does help you, I'll be honest. So, yeah, so go take a swig of your water. Because it's it really does help you. So, yeah, I don't drink enough of it as I should, but regardless, I didn't. Yeah, no, health class. Who knew? There's a There's a Wayne Ellington. There we go. Cut it. So that one for 50 for 28 minutes left. That's turning me off buying him. So we shall ignore him. We've been going for about 54 minutes. In terms of like actually making MT, I'm currently down 40k. But I'll check up a clip obviously at the end of this. Look at that ornament ball sold for 2,500 instantly, almost instantly anyway, which is kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie. But in terms of like Are there any other ones? Nope, still no ornament balls. Guys, I would definitely recommend you guys check out the ornament balls. Like, just obviously, say you play a game, come check out the ornament balls just because you never know what's going to be listed. Obviously, I came here for the first time. I found 2 for 1,000 MT. Found one for 950. Saw one for 2,500. So, you know, always have your certain filters that you check like every time. So I think that will definitely help you guys out. Look at that. A few more ornament balls sold. Cameron Payne is sold for 2,400. Frank Kaminsky sold for 2,100. So yeah, it's just good stuff. All right. Do I have room for Jaleel Okafor? Yes, I do. All right. Let's go get these cards up, shall we? Jaleel Okafor. So 3.5. I can't remember what I listed mine up for. He's still here. Let's have a look. Is Jaleel Okafor still here? He is. All right, 2,050. I'll list mine up for a 2K flat. Just so obviously, if we sell one, literally, if I sell one of those, it pays for both of them. So like, that's one thing you can think of as well when you're buying these cards. So Darius Baisley, I can't imagine he's actually worth much because I always see him like around the 2K mark. He's extinct. All right, that's not too bad. We're listing for about 2.2, I think. So yeah, not too bad of a pickup there, so to speak. So 2.2, which is fabulous, making a nice chunk of change of MT from the boy. So yeah, let's go check on Monte Morris as well. So Monte Morris, wow, not making a lot of Monte Morris, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll get him up at 1.2, 1.2 right there. All right, in terms of like, am I making MT at present? No. But obviously I'll check up a clip at the end. If you guys are still here, comment bacon in the chat, in the comment section. Just then, obviously I imagine you guys aren't gonna watch this in one sitting. If you do, cheers, because that's dedication. That's dedication. I call you guys like the true fans, we'll say. So, all right, is there anything up here? There's a card. Oh, hello. Are you worth anything? 1.8, and he's been up for 3 hours. I hate seeing that. I really, really do. It's like one of my worst fears. Hey! Alright, some of our contracts are sold, which is fabulous. Alright. In terms of like this batch of contracts, it took me an hour, but I did make like 900 MT off of them, so not too bad. Again, once I'm off screen, I'll chuck them up for probably about 600, just because then I'll still make about 500 MT off of them, so it's not too bad. I'll go check these as well, just to see what they're actually selling for. Are they still up for 600? So they sell in like rather consistently for 600, so I might just chuck them for 6. Although there's only like 2-3 here, and then we get into the 20-minute mark, so I might just list them for 650. In terms of like whether we can find another stack, let's go have a look, shall we? So 650 again. If you sell them for 650, they sell for 13,000. Take off tax, you get 11,700. So let's go see if there's anything up here. So it's there's been a lot of contracts added. I don't like. Oh god, there's probably quite a few contracts. Oh, I hate when people do this. They just list an entire stack of contracts for over 1,000. If you guys are curious why people do this, it's just so when they go search, other people have to obviously scroll through a mammoth of contracts, while they can just obviously somewhat jump to the front of the queue. So there's another one for 10,500 there. That's good. Why not? Let's probably check silvers and gold, bronzes first. But regardless, bronzes I find are quite weird, because I often find like who's buying a bronze contract for like 600 MT, but it does happen surprisingly. So normally what I do is I don't take like massive risk on these bronze ones. I sort of like 10k. Just as you can see, we're almost near the end already. So if we find a stack, that'll be banging. So it looks like we're not about to find one here. A little unfortunate. And then we'll go check silvers. Are there any in silvers? That is a lot of scrolling. We're gonna get rid of all those 1,000 flat ones. And again, looks like there's nothing in silvers, which is a little unfortunate. Contracts are very expensive right now, which is a little annoying. Alright, so we'll redeem these contracts. Again, we made a little bit of MT on the contracts. In terms of like where we are in MT, we're minus 50k, so it's going well. But what I'll do is I'll check a clip up at the end of this video. Once everything is sold, obviously I won't like take everything off. I'll sort of like just leave it all here. If something obviously doesn't sell, then I'll just relist it. But yeah, and why isn't this contract sold? It's very annoying because we just saw that obviously the one before that was like, the one after like my one is like 20 minutes ahead, so, or 20 minutes behind that one, so it theoretically should sell, so hopefully it does. But alright, so in terms of like where we are, I've hit an hour in the recording, so I'm not too sure where we were like at the start, but in terms of like where we are, obviously we're minus about 40k, but we do have obviously, we have 28 cards listed, so they should sell. We have obviously we have another stack, we have 2 stacks of contracts to sell, so that's 11k, so that's 22k roughly on both of those stacks. And of course, the 22k takes us back up to 1.223, and then we have a lot of players that are needing to sell. So guys, that's gonna do it for the video. Obviously, it's not gonna do it for the video for you guys. It's gonna do it for the video or the recording from my end. Yeah, boys, I shall see you guys in a little bit. Got a little bit of an update. We're about 3 days later. Ironically, 3 days. If you watch SpongeBob, you know it took us 3 days to make that salad. But anyway, yeah, 3 days have passed. Obviously, I've redeemed everything. We're at 1.163 million now. A few things have happened in terms of I've spent about 100k, 150k MT on actual packs, so like for streams and stuff. So in terms of like how much MT I've made, I can't say specifically how much, but once everything gets sold, like I sold a lot of the players. Some of the contracts I sold for 700 rather than 650. So in terms of like how much I made, I probably made about 30 to 40k, I would say. So maybe that's a little bit of a overestimate, but I'm fairly sure I've at least made 20-ish k sniping the cards. Obviously, didn't make the 20k within the hour, but in terms of like after everything had happened, I had made about 20,000 MT at least. So once everything had sold, made about 20,000 MT. So that's it for the video. If you guys have enjoyed the video and you've sat around me for an hour making MT, you are an absolute OG. You are insane. So yeah, guys, if you have obviously reached the end of the video, just put in the comments, like, I don't know, Charlie Ward. Put Charlie Ward in the comments if you made it this far. So yeah, boys, that's gonna do it for the video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, smash a like on the video because it does help with the video a ton. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Give a massive shout out to channel members Mario, Michael, Waze, Lewis, Lindsay, Knell, Kev, Ant, Hans, Wallow, Casey, Magic Magpie, Michael, Kia, and Jack. Thank you guys so much for all your support.